Me again. Record. This is my second movie for the moment. There is another subject I came across, and that is the Gospels, and that even in the Gospels, not only in the stories of the Gospels, but also in the pictures of the writers of the Gospels, you can see the Gospel in a whole, in a complete. And there too, we look at the Gospels one by one, and because there is a logic order in which the Gospels are ordered. In first place, we have the Gospel of Matthew. Then we have the Gospel of Marcus. Then we have the Gospel of Lucas, and then we have the Gospel of John. Well, each of the Gospel writers, Matthew, Marcus, Lucas, and John, they have a symbolic. They are symbolized. Marcus, Matthew is pictured as a lion. The Gospel in Matthew, you see that Jesus as king. A lion stands for the picture king. And in Matthew pictures Jesus as a servant and like an ox, like an ox, an ox. How can I say differently? And an ox refers to being a servant. To be an ox are plowing in the old days. The oxes were plowing, pulling the plows on the fields to work the land, to till the land. And but in that position, the ox was the servant. He had to do the labor, the hard work. So, and in that way, Jesus is pictured as a servant. Well, the next thing is in Luke. Luke pictures Jesus as a human being, a normal human being. And finally, the Gospel of John. John is pictured as the disciple as an eagle, and an eagle symbolizes again as God, divine, the divine, high flying, seeing everything, and the eagle stands for divinity. So what we see is in those four animal pictures, we see as well the whole gospel. God of Jesus, in the first place, being a king in heaven, and Jesus coming down as acting as a servant among us, serving us, helping us, healing us, preaching and teaching us, as is written down in the Gospels. And then he was as a human being. Well, humans die, normal humans die, and so he was a servant human, and he died as a human being. And next thing is he was risen again as in his divinity, being God again. So you see that the whole picture of God as Jesus as being God, coming down, serving as a human, and then dying and being risen again to divinity, to divine level. Where do we see those symbolic animals as well, but then in the Old Testament? As far as I recall right now, maybe there's some other parts of the Bible where it's mentioned as well, but as far as I remember, it's only mentioned in Ezekiel. And we go to Ezekiel, and the first chapter, the first two chapters. Let's see, where's Ezekiel? See, I have a lot of stuff in my Bible. Ezekiel, bingo. After Lamentations. And what we see here is he describes in his first chapter, he describes some vehicles traveling around, some beings. And on it are beings with faces, but not one face. No, the head of that being has got 4 different faces. And the faces is, where is it standing? Oh yeah. They had the appearance of a human being, but every being had 4 faces. And okay, yeah. Here. And what the faces concerned, the likeness at all 4s at the right side was of a human, and that of a lion. And with all 4 at the left side, it was an ox, and also had all 4 the likeness of an eagle. So also in the vision that Ezekiel gets, these beings on wheels. It appears to be wheels with a lot of eyes, going in every kind, all kind of direction where the spirit is leading them. These 4 animals are represented: the human, the lion, the eagle, and the ox. And this is representing the gospel going all over the world, where the Spirit it gives order to them going to. And it's about 4 beings. It's about 4 beings that had the appearance of a human being with 4 faces. So 4 beings, like the 4 Gospels, having 4 faces as a human being, a lion, an ox, and an eagle, and and they go around on wheels with eyes, and they go all around the world wherever the Holy Spirit commands them to go. And this is dealing about the Gospels. And this picture is what you see again as in the Gospels themselves. Matthew, the lion or the king. Marcus, the ox, the servant, Jesus the servant. Lucas pictures Jesus as a human being, and the Gospel of John is picturing Jesus as an eagle, divine God again. So that's the message I wanted to share, the little discovery I was allowed to make. Okay, thanks. Hope you learned something. I did. Bye-bye.